Well, hi and welcome. It is day one of our 14-day challenge. We are doing this all together because of the 14-day quarantine. So we had kind of moved away from the full 2-week challenges that we used to do to just stick to the THM plan. And we've been doing a lot of like 3-day challenges and prep challenges and things like that. This 14-day challenge is going to be pretty all-encompassing. So we're going to cover a lot of THM habits. I am a certified THM lifestyle coach. I've heard some confusion about this challenge, this 2-week challenge versus my boot camp. So boot camp is a paid coaching program where people join me and we go really in-depth and involved in all of these THM habits plus a ton more. So that's not what this is exactly. This 14-day challenge is free. And it's free, but if I say that it's free in the email, then all of the emails go to spam, so I don't always mention that they're free. So this is a free 14-day challenge. You will get your printables through email because sometimes I've been having trouble uploading the free printables to the Facebook group. But at the end of the challenge, I'll make a big packet for you to print that will be in the Facebook group. So today, you will be getting a free printable with some meal planning pages later this evening. So what we're gonna go over today, I want you all to make a meal plan for this challenge. So just make a 7-day meal plan. There's 2 different ways to do it. Some of you will want to plan every meal and snack and everything that goes in your mouth for the next 7 days. That's totally fine. This is a really good time to practice your meal planning skills because you're at home, you're not eating out, you're not going to be invited to someone's house and have to change your plans. You're not going to have to be polite and eat food that someone else prepares for you. There's really no reason for you to not stay on plan right now. So I want you to stay on plan for the next 2 weeks. That's what we're focusing on. Remember, I'm looking at this as, this is a chance for us all to improve something, to do something better, to get some new habits that we can carry with us into the future after we're not stuck at home anymore and after things are more back to normal. So the idea here is to build habits, to focus on staying on plan and make it as easy as it can be to stay on plan during this time, but then also use those things that we've learned and those tips and tricks to help us stay on plan in the future, even when our lives are maybe a little more chaotic. Or I know that a lot of people in even the coaching boot camp that I'm doing right now, I have quite a few nurses and who are busier than they've ever been. These challenges are still super helpful if you're really busy right now, even if you're not stuck at home, because these are habits that make it easy to put THM on autopilot and just run with it, even if you're busy, if you're not busy, whatever the case may be. If you have a little more time, then I would ask you to put a little more time into this challenge and really get connected. Tag a buddy, invite people to join you in this group, find someone in the group to be accountable with and make sure that you're doing it. I would love for everybody to comment on this video at some point and just say if you did the challenge for the day, did you stay on plan? So there is a tracking printable that I emailed. If you're not getting the emails, you do have to sign up in the link to get the email. If you're already on my email list, you're not gonna get double emails, so don't worry about that. But I want to share something small with you. So if you are, this is just a small tip, but it really helps a lot. If you're struggling to stick to the plan right now, what I want you to do is forget Pinterest, forget what you feel like eating maybe, because that'll change, and take your first 7-day meal plan and plan completely from Trim Healthy Table and the Trim Healthy Mama cookbook. I'll explain why. It's almost like there's something magical about resetting with only THM recipes. I have tried it, and it's anecdotal. I didn't do a scientific study or anything, but I've tried it with my coaching groups where I've had them go back to basics and only use THM recipes, not even using recipes from my website, not even doing that, just focusing, like I'm not even saying, go look at the other THM bloggers. They are awesome. All of the THM bloggers, we put so much work into what we do, but just for this week, maybe don't use Pinterest recipes. Don't try to be creative. Go to these books and make a meal plan based on what you already have. I would guarantee that most people have what they need to make a lot of meals from here, especially e-meals. E-meals are more pantry friendly. It's not gonna hurt you to have a couple of extra E's this week, maybe when we're all under a little more stress than normal. So use these recipes and these books to make your meal plan to start with. If you don't like to follow a meal plan, which I hear all the time, Jen, I hate being constrained to a meal plan. Sometimes I don't feel like eating what's on my meal plan, and I hear you, I get it. I love meal planning, but sometimes we don't feel like it. And even home right now, sometimes we might not feel like cooking, or at least not feel like doing all those dishes. So what I'd like for you to do, if you don't like meal planning, make lists. Make a snack list, make a breakfast list, a lunch list, a dinner list that you can follow, lists of meals that you can make with the ingredients you already have. It's awesome if you can still try. This is really if you're struggling with sticking to the plan. That's where these recipes will help you so much to have a week of just immersing yourself in the THM mindset. Find out what you have, just open your pantry doors, look around, see what you've got, see what you can make from these books, and just make lists. And then as you eat something on your list or make a meal that you figured out you can make, cross it off. That way the kids also know these are the lunches we have available, these are the breakfasts we have available, these are the snacks we have. It makes it a little easier to use what you already have in your home, which is something I think we're all trying to do right now. So your first task, make your meal plan. I'll be sending meal planning pages later this evening. And when I have printables, like I said, I will be condensing them all into a big printable workbook for this challenge that will be available in the Facebook group at the end of the challenge. For now, it's gonna come bit by bit through email, just because that's the easiest way to do it. So, and also make sure everybody gets it so there's no complaints, because a lot of people can't find the files in Facebook. So that's our first challenge. If you're in, let me know. If you're on plan today, let me know. Let's all stay on plan. There is no reason to go off plan for the next 7 days. Really, there isn't. You can make THM meals with the simplest ingredients. My favorite go-to lunch and dinner on THM that I make pretty frequently, quarantine or no quarantine, is burrito bowls. I just make some brown rice, a can of beans, season it with taco seasoning, because I don't really love measuring and all that. Just throw a packet of taco seasoning in with some chicken while I'm cooking it with the beans. Throw it all together with some salsa. That's a super easy and inexpensive meal. I mean, honestly, just you're heating up the beans and adding the seasoning, throwing in some protein, a lean protein. You've got your brown rice and some salsa. How easy is that? That's like no prep. So that's always my go-to when I don't have time to make a big recipe. Having a few things like that just in your mind as you have available options if something's not gonna work out. One thing that I wanna talk to you about quickly is a lot of us get into a perfectionist mindset with THM, and I think actually with any way of eating, where we will think, if I can't do this perfectly, I'm not gonna do it. We may not say that, but that's the way we act. So for example, if I were going to make a casserole from Trim Healthy Table tonight for dinner, and I was missing an ingredient, in the past I might have said, well, I don't have it, so I guess I can't eat that, so I know there's food delivery, I'm gonna get a pizza. Okay, maybe it's a little extreme. Maybe that's just me too. Maybe nobody else does that, but it looks like maybe a few people do that with me. But we don't need to be that way. We don't need to be throwing the baby out with the bathwater if we don't have it exactly the way we want it. There are some great THM things that you can have. You don't need to just toss your plan because you know, something's not going to be perfect. So be creative right now. I made a recipe the other day that called for fresh parsley, and I didn't put the fresh parsley in, and it tasted excellent. I swap seasonings all the time. I go to allrecipes.com, and they have a feature where you can put in ingredients that you have, and they will pull up recipes for you. So what I did the other day is I put in a bunch of ingredients I had in my pantry. It gave me recipe ideas, and one of them was let me see if I can find, it was drumsticks. And so the recipe looked similar to the THM Little Sweet Little Spicy drumsticks. So I just made this instead because the ingredients were similar enough that it just inspired me. It gave me ideas. So if you need some ideas, go ahead and go to allrecipes.com, put in what you have, and they'll give you a bunch of things that you can make. I think it's called an ingredient search on that website. And then look at the ideas. If there's a taco bake in there, well, you know THM has a taco bake, so make the healthy version instead. Don't use the recipe on allrecipes.com, but get the inspiration to find something on plan that will work instead. Okay, so today we're making a meal plan. We'll have videos every day. I'm gonna try to go live around 11:30 a.m. I might be off by a few minutes, but I'll let you guys all know when I'll be going live in the group. If you're watching this on YouTube, I will put a link in the video description so you can get your printables and join us for 2 weeks. This will be more fun if we do it all together. I know I think we had over 2,000 people join us in the last challenge, and that was a 3-day challenge. I would love to see way more people join this challenge. We have over 5,000 people in this group. Let's see if we can tag people and stay accountable to each other and make this a productive learning time to get the most out of it that we possibly can. So I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to share one of my favorite meal plans with you guys, but I don't want you to rely on mine. I really want you to make your own. I know it's harder to go buy ingredients right now, so making your own meal plan based on what you've already got will help you a lot right now. And it's a good skill to have for the future. But I mean, it's a great time to use up what you have in your pantry anyway. So let's go for it. I will see you guys tomorrow. I do want to hear if you make your meal plan, and I will be sending your printables out tonight. So we will stay in touch. Have a good day. Bye.